Trying to be cool about it, right? Okay, here we go. So we all have a reason to do things. We all have a driving force. There's a reason that you are sitting in this room today. There's a reason that you have taken an active interest in the life of students across our state. We have our reasons for doing everything, and that reason may be your family, it may be your community, it may be your career, it may be a business, it may be your pet, it may be a little dog, or it may be the fact that you don't want to hear that voice in the back of your head from your mom saying, now you know you were raised better than that. But whatever it is, let your purpose continue to drive you. Now, I was taught the importance of purpose by one of my students, and his name was Tyler. Now, Tyler was challenging to say the least. He was a pretty good student. He was, average, and he refused to write anything. If you required him to write more than 1 or 2 sentences, or 1 or 2 words, really, 1 or 2 words, he would absolutely refuse. He would write his name on the top of papers. If we had to write an essay, he would write the end. No essay, just the end. So teachers would often send Tyler to my classroom to get extra help. So we would talk, in the time he spent in my classroom, we would talk about what he thought we talked about his goals, and we talked about what he did on the weekends. We absolutely talked about the content that he was supposed to learn, because that is important. But we also talked about what was important to Tyler. So the day came and I was out sick. It happened to be my birthday, but that was a coincidence. And when I returned to a letter on my desk that said, "Dear Ms. Coes, you wouldn't believe how many people tried to send me to your classroom today. I hope you had a happy birthday, and I hope that you are feeling better. From Tyler." Well, after I got over the shock of who the letter was from, I went to Tyler and I said, "Tyler, who'd you get to write this for you?" And he said, "Oh, come on, Ms. Coes, you know I wrote that." And then I said, "Well, Tyler, you wouldn't write anything else. Tell me why you wrote this." And he said, "Well, I finally found a good purpose." And in that moment, it cemented an idea that I had always known but had never put into intentional practice. It is the power of purpose, a good reason to do the things that we do. Now, there's another power that I learned from another one of my students, and that's the power in perseverance. Now, we know our educational system changes constantly, from day to day, from hour to hour. We may look on the internet and there's something new today. From hour to hour, from day to day, it changes constantly. What's important about the change is that the change comes with improvement. So, even with those changes and those challenges, we have to remember that when they get tough, we still have to persevere through them. And I learned the importance of perseverance from a student I had named James. Now, James was 4'7" and 80 pounds in the 8th grade. So he was a tiny little thing. But James had the personality that would light up a room. Everyone wanted to be around James. If we did group work, everyone wanted to be in James's group. James was the life of the party. But James struggled academically. So when he came to my classroom, his first day in 8th grade, he said, "Ms. Coes, this year I'm going to pass the CRCT," which is something that he had not previously done, which is, the standardized test. The standardized test he wanted to pass. So he came to my room, he said, "This year I'm going to pass." So in order to do that, James thought it would be best to take home every single textbook he owned, take it home, study, and bring it back every single day. And I said, "James, I don't know, I can give you some workbooks and some worksheets and some things online to do. Let's go about it that way." He said, No, Ms. Coes, my way is the best way, I guarantee it, I promise, this is going to work. So James did that every single day, every single textbook home, every single textbook back to school. Well, the results of the CRCT came, and then James says, "Ms. Coes, will you open the results with me?" And I said, sure. And we opened the results of the test. But James had not passed. He made some great improvements, but he didn't pass. So we sat for a while, and then James looks at me and he says, you know, Miss Coes, taking all those books home sure did pay off. And I'm thinking, oh no, James doesn't know that he didn't pass. And then he says, have you seen my muscles? I'm gonna look great going into 9th grade. Yes, James, you are gonna look great going into 9th grade. But not because of your muscles, but because of your spirit of perseverance. In that next year, we got James into some study skills classes, and we got him into some academic remediations and things like that. But we also got him into ROTC, which is where he flourished. And he did an excellent job and became one of the leaders in his group very quickly. So James persevered through that tough time in his life where he really wanted something, but it didn't work out the way we wanted. Now in education, it's the same way. We have issues. Common Core, yes. Common Core, no. Charter schools, yes. Charter schools, no. New school nutrition, yes. New school nutrition, no. Parent involvement, yes. Yes. But we need to make sure that we persevere through those tasks to make sure that our students are getting the best that we can offer. There we go. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day, saying, I will try again tomorrow. And the power of people. So, are you going to help me have a bright future or what? Every single person in this room, every single person outside of this room has a responsibility to our students. And our power lies within our voices. There's nothing more important than us standing together and saying, yes, we will do what it takes. But you don't have to listen to me. I have an expert that's going to tell you just how important you are. So let's listen to the expert.
I think we all need a pep talk. The world needs to stop being boring. Yeah, boring is easy. Everybody can be boring, but you're good at that. Life is not a game, people. Life isn't a cereal either. Well, it is a cereal. Life is a game. Are we on the same team? I mean, really, right? I'm on your team. Be on my team. This is life, people. We got air coming through your nose. We got heartbeat. That means it's time to do something. A poem. 2 roads diverged in the woods, and I took the road less traveled. It hurt, man! Rocks, thorns, and glass. My plants broke. Wah! Not cool, Robert Frost. But most of I want to be the one that leads to awesome. It's like that dude Journey said, don't stop believing unless you dream something. Then you should be a better dreamer. I think that's right. Be a better dreamer and keep going. Keep going, keep going, and keep going. Will Michael Jordan have quit? Well, he did quit. Oh, he retired. Yeah, he retired. But before that, in high school, what if he quit when he didn't make the team? He would have never made Space Jam. What will be your Space Jam? What will you create when you make the world awesome? Nothing if you keep sitting there. That's why I'm talking to you today. This is your time. This is my time. It's our time. We can make every day better for each other. If we're all on the same team, let's start acting like it. We got work to do. We can cry about it, or we can dance about it. We were made to be awesome. Let's get out there. I don't know everything. I'm just a kid. I do know this. Everybody's doing to give the world a reason to dance. So get to it.
promise to keep. A promise that this generation can reach higher heights than the generations before them. A promise that the word's limitless possibilities can reign true. A promise that every child, rich, poor, tall, short, chubby, skinny, smart, and smart-mouthed, will have an opportunity to achieve greatness. A promise to make our very best and brightest even better and brighter. A promise that the student who has had 7 addresses in a single school year will have the same opportunities to succeed as his counterparts. If we stand together, we can ensure a bright future and protect our most precious asset, students. Enjoy your conference.